So let's get on checkpoint 2. So welcome back to our YouTube channel. So now we're doing checkpoint 2 of our trig question. So this is still grade 10 work, right? So number 1 is saying which of these statement is true about the triangle PQR. Triangle PQR, as you can see, we're having PQR, which are we're having this angle. This is angle R, angle P, angle Q, which is the right angle triangle, and we're having side P, side Q, and side R, right? So the first statement is saying sine of R. So this is the first statement. We're saying sine of R is equals to P over Q. Let's check. So sine of R, so which is R? So this is our R, right? So sine of this is equals to P over Q. But what do you know about sine? You know that sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, right? So if you're looking at R, our opposite is R. So which means that this statement is false, because our opposite has to be R there instead of P. So it means that this one is wrong, right? So let's try to look at the second one, which is saying tan of Q. You know that Q is the right angle, so it means that this will not apply. So this again, it is cancelled, right? So let's look at the following one, which is saying cos of P is equals to R over Q. So what is the cos of this angle? So if you're looking at this angle, what is the value of cos? Cos is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So when we are here, our adjacent is this side, and our hypotenuse is still this side, that is opposite to the 90 degrees there. Can you see that? So it means that this statement is correct, because cos of this angle is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So our answer here on number 1 is C. Our answer number 1 is C. So C is our correct answer, right? So let's go to number 2. Number 2 said, can you explain what is wrong in the next triangle? So this is the triangle that we checked in checkpoint 1. So if you are looking at this triangle, can you see that which one is our hypotenuse? Our hypotenuse is this side, that is opposite to the 90 degrees there. Can you see that? And this side is smaller than this, so this can never be possible. So this is what is wrong with this triangle. So we can say that the hypotenuse is smaller than the opposite side. So this, when this happens, so it means that it is wrong. So this is the one that is causing this triangle to be wrong, because our hypotenuse is smaller than another side. You know that our hypotenuse always has to be the longer side. Can you see that? Yes. So let's look at number 3. So on number 3, we have to find the values of x and the values of y. But we're given the hypotenuse there. Can you see that? So our hypotenuse is 10, and we're given the angle there, that is 60. So it means that this side, it will be our opposite side, because it is opposite to the angle. So this side that is close to this angle, it will be our adjacent side. And the side that is always opposite to the 90 degrees, we call it the what? The hypotenuse. So this doesn't change, it is our hypotenuse, like that, right? So trying to find the values of x and y. So we can try to use the ratios, right? So which of the ratios do you know that it is having the opposite and the hypotenuse? So that is sine, right? So it means that on our 3.1, we can say our sine of theta is equals to opposite over the hypotenuse, right? So the angle that we're having is 60. So this will be sine of 60 is equals to the opposite, which is x over hypotenuse, which is 10, like that. So we're trying to find x. So it means that we are going to solve for x, right? So it means that we can multiply both sides by 10 to get rid of that 10 there, right? So it means that our x will be equals to 10 multiplied by the sine of 60. But how do you find the sine of 60? To find the sine of 60, we can punch that in the calculator, right? So when you punch that in the calculator, what do we find? So when you punch that, we find square root of 3 over 2. And when you multiply that by 10, what do we find? So we find 8.66 meters. So our value of x is 8.66 meters. So let's move to 3.2. So on 3.2, we're just trying to find the value of y. So y is our adjacent there, right? So we have to find the ratio that is having adjacent and hypotenuse. And that ratio, it is cos. We know that our cos of theta is equals to adjacent over the hypotenuse, right? So this is cos of 60 being equals to our adjacent there, it is y. So this is y over our hypotenuse, which is 10, right? So again, to get rid of this 10, we're going to multiply both sides by 10, right? So it means that our value of y will be equals to 10 multiplied by the cos of 60. So when you punch cos of 60 in the calculator, you get half, right? So it means that our y will be equals to 10 multiplied by half, giving us 5 meters. So it means that our value of y, it is 5 meters. So that's all for today for our checkpoint 2. So again, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please help us and support us by subscribing to this channel, and see you on the next checkpoint, which will be checkpoint 3.